first, we're going to go through our Smackdown Rundown. Love that. That was great. That is awkward. So fuzzy. So on SmackDown, we open up with a really good, hard-hitting match between Swagger and Cesaro.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed everything but Cesaro's music. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. We've talked about this on the show before. That Cesaro's music sucks. The intro was the best part. He had the air raid siren, went into just this crazy, like, techno metal kind of sounding thing. It was fucking weird. It's bad music. Okay? On the indies, he used...
Might not be terrible, but it doesn't fit Cesaro.
No, it doesn't fit Cesaro. On the indies, he used Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
Which is one of the most uppity... It's like one of the most uppity songs you've ever heard. And then, and then before this, like, even his first music, where it was kind of like that rap kind of sound.
I liked that.
Like, that made more sense than this does. Yeah, I mean, it was... I don't... No. And then you go and fuck it up. You take the greatest part of his music, the air raid siren, and you turn it in, it sounds like a fucking ambulance.
Yeah, now
What the...
Now it sounds like it's supposed to be like a rave thing going on.
Now, you... Why?
They took Cesaro and they made him more like Scott Steiner.
Fuck you. Fuck you. No Scott Steiner. I can't even form words. I hate Scott Steiner. Don't turn Cesaro into Scott Steiner. I will fucking lose it.
There's no way
if you
No! You WWE writing fucks! I will... Ooh! No!
One day we're going to do an episode just on Scott Steiner and how much he hates him.
We're gonna review all the greatest Scott Steiner matches and promos.
It's gonna hit you.
I did say
So you mean, like, everything Scott Steiner did before 1995?
Yeah, I mean...
I like Scott Steiner as part of the Steiner Brothers.
Like, I didn't...
Freakzilla's a piece of shit.
See, I was thinking Freakzilla, and I'm not saying that we're going to positively review
Cracker Barrel's
Cracker Barrel?
best matches.
I'm going down this one-way road.
But, okay,
So
so...
hungry. Let's go get tacos.
So, end of the music sucks rant.
To make it a little bit happier, with still being kind of funny little... I missed the beginning of the match. I missed, like, the first part before the first commercial break.
Okay.
So I came in, and I completely forgot what the fuck they were doing with Swagger. So I don't know, I just don't care.
Well,
I was like, okay, so Swagger's heel, wrestling Cesaro's heel, but they, they were tag teams and they split up, so this makes sense. This is what I was thinking.
I like what they're doing with Swagger right now because it's kind of like on the back burner enough.
Yeah.
But at the same
still
time,
keeping him relevant.
At the same time, what I like about it is we're getting a feud. There's a feud going on between Swagger and Rusev, but it's not panning out like exactly like every other feud in WWE is.
Yeah, we're not.
The Jericho Wyatt feud, the Rollins and Ambrose feud, the Randy Orton Roman Reigns feud, which all these feuds are constantly attacked from behind and DQs in matches and beatdowns and knockouts and all these things over and over and over again, where between Rusev and Swagger, we're hardly getting any kind of physicality that's not during the matches.
Which is great because it saves it for the times that they actually get to go against each other.
But, so I completely forgot about all that. And I was just thinking, Real Americans split up and the wrestling, because that happened recently, Of course it did.
Not that long ago.
Then Swagger wins by the ankle lock, and I was really confused. It's like, why?
It threw me off, actually.
Yeah.
Why did they just put Swagger over against Cesaro? And then Rusev came out. I'm like, oh yeah, they're doing all this other shit with Swagger.
Oh yeah, that's
and there's this whole
Swagger has an angle.
There's this whole other thing
angle
that's happened between the time between them breaking up and now, and then more angry flag waving, and then really angry flag stabbing.
Yeah,
that's a Swagger taunt.
I like it. Okay.
One of these days he's gonna put a hole in the ring.
At the end of this thing, which Lana and Rusev would challenge Zeb and Swagger to a flag match at SummerSlam.
I'm pretty sure I've been calling this every week
You have.
since it started.
You have.
Yeah.
That is 100% a Kevin Hart call. Very well done, sir. We're going to get the flag match at SummerSlam. And after Swagger did the stab thing, because he did it on Raw also.
Yeah.
I am
He
hoping.
did a running stab thing.
I am hoping.
He stabs Rusev.
No.
With the flag.
No. I'm hoping
Conquer
that
Mount Rusev.
just randomly there is like a pile of dirt somewhere.
in the arena.
That when he wins, he like walks back up the ramp and then just like claims the land for America over
Yeah.
Russia.
Well,
then he
it
goes to
wouldn't
the moon and does it again.
That
It
was
wouldn't even
fake.
necessarily be. Fuck. It wouldn't even
Spin
necessarily
away.
be that random because they could have it set up for the winner to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. You just made my want for this match a legitimate thing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good at that.
Cesaro Swagger was great, and the fact there was some legitimacy to it, because there was still the issues between the two of them, and with Cesaro, it was just funny because Cesaro was kind of face when he left
Yeah.
the Real Americans, and now he was playing heel, but not being in the Real Americans, which I thought was a very strange switch up, but still a great match. We'd have Randy Orton coming out and touting about how he beat the hell out of Roman Reigns on Monday.
Which he did.
Really, Randy Orton's not the greatest promo guy.
No.
We've talked about that many times. But when he gets into Viper mode,
He has his moments.
he has his moments, and this
Yeah.
was one of them. He was very emphatic with his challenge towards Roman Reigns, because he knows that if he can take out Roman Reigns, that he gets that title shot, which is what he
Against
wants.
possibly Brock Lesnar. Okay. I did say last week, but whatever. Risking the wrath of my co-host by saying I want Brock Lesnar to win, which I don't really want him to win. But it would be hilarious if Brock Lesnar wins and Randy Orton gets the title shot and is just, oh shit.
Then
No.
Randy goes, you know what, Hunter?
Give it to Roman.
Yeah, give Roman a title shot. So yeah,
Like, Randy doesn't see the title match, so he just comes out and challenges John Cena for the belt.
oh fuck,
Yeah, Lesnar comes on and like, I immediately regret this decision.
bad decision. But we haven't got an answer from Roman Reigns.
Yeah, a lot of the way that Orton was phrasing a lot of the stuff about how as long as Roman Reigns is in the picture, he'll never get another title shot, blah, 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 blah. I almost thought he was going to challenge Roman Reigns to, like, if Roman loses, he has to leave WWE.
That would have been weird.
Yeah.
But, you know, Triple H said, as long as Roman Reigns is around, you'll never get another title
That's
shot.
what it's going to be. Orton's going to win, and then Triple H is going to be like, well, he's still around, Randy.
Yeah. I mean, honestly.
You're
he's
never
three-
getting a title shot,
He's
Randy.
3 doors to the left down the hallway.
Yeah, he's got his own locker
changing.
room.
He's changing right now. So he's still in the building. No title shot for you.
We wouldn't get Roman Reigns accepting the match yet. I have a feeling we'll probably get that on Raw.
It'd be important show.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Roman Reigns is going to turn down the match. So like, no.
I don't want
He should. He has no reason to
Swerve.
accept the match.
to. I dropped a rule.
Going on to another rematch that makes sense.
Yes.
Thomas, you and I were talking about that. Why don't you go ahead and
Um,
talk about this one?
Bo Dallas versus R-Truth 2.
We're not usually advocates for show-to-show
No.
rematches.
If you've watched it in the previous episodes, you know. I would almost say that he should edit in a compilation of us just degrading rematches, but he probably won't. It'll probably cut that little bit out. But no, this match made sense because most of the time when we're talking rematches, we're talking, let's just repeat the SmackDown main event on Raw.
Yeah.
Because. Let's do this match again because we don't have any other ideas. This was Bo Dallas lost on Raw. It was a heartbreaking moment for Bo and the WWE Universe.
The Bo Leavers.
And not only did that happen, so Bo wants a rematch, but he beat the fuck out of R-Truth afterwards, so R-Truth wants to get his hands on Bo. So the match makes sense.
Yeah, the whole setup makes sense, which is, you know, like we talked about last week with the Ambrose-Cesaro rematch. There was tension, and they're like, okay, you know what? Because of the outcome, let's take away that outcome possibility.
Right. And, you know, because of what happened in this match, it would make sense if they had another match, too.
Yes,
No
because
Yeah.
R-Truth would win by disqualification.
Bo Dallas would not heed the referee's 5-count warning in
Which-
the corner.
As much as I usually hate disqualifications, again, made sense, and we don't usually get that kind of disqualification.
Yeah, that's a unique form of disqualification. They're not heeding the 5-count.
Well, technically, because
It's rare
we-
that it happens.
Because we had the main event going into Battleground
Yeah.
where Randy and Kane would continue to beat up Cena, and neither of them would get out of the ring,
I
Which
blocked
was
that
a-
match out of the
which was a 5-count disqualification.
True. But it's still, it rarely happens.
But it was one-on-one. It wasn't like it was a double team
Yeah.
on somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
You know, which is the motif of all the authority for
Yeah.
He was
matches.
yeah.
He was just being over aggressive.
He was.
He just did that.
Did what?
Nothing. Solid match, solid mid-card match. I'm excited to see this aggressive Bo Dallas continue to evolve.
Yeah.
Because, like I've said before, Bo Dallas doesn't really. He never
I
really.
love big jump.
I know.
Super
Yeah,
negative, super
Bo's.
positive.
Bo Dallas has never really seemed legitimate to me. I've never felt the heel side of him before, and now that he's taking advantage of R-Truth, he's attacking people more frequently. I believe him as a heel.
Yeah, well, I don't think
I
they were-
take it back. I believe him as a heel.
You're saying that to antagonize us?
No,
No,
I legitimately just used believe in the right.
I'm proud of.
Can't do it. You no middle thumbs. Ah.
You just said
Break
you
it this
believe. You can't.
I still want Bo to leave.
I
No,
want to
I
see more
don't
of bow
think.
tie.
I don't think they were really booking him as heel first. Is the thing. They
Which is the best way to book Bo Dallas.
They were booking
They
him as
wanted-
annoying.
Yeah. They wanted to establish who the character is and not say he's a heel yet because the character's not, strictly speaking, heel.
Bo Dallas is not trying to be a heel.
That's okay. Yeah, that's
He's
fair.
trying to be the inspirational leader of
Yeah.
a generation.
Yeah.
He's trying to be the more successful CJ Parker.
And he's succeeding at that.
Before CJ Parker even tried. But
Yeah.
still, the inspirational Bo Dallas loses again. I cried a little.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're either going to get a pre-show or a mid-card Dallas Truth match at SummerSlam.
I would be surprised to see that on the pre-show.
Yeah, that feels pre-showy.
R-Truth is generally pre-show.
Well, and they're
involved
already
in.
they're already setting up for a lot of really big matches at SummerSlam. So yeah, I'd definitely say
Yeah.
a pre-show match.
And predictions for Summer... Oh, not yet.
Nope.
Just kidding.
Moving on to more build for SummerSlam.
Woo! Build it like
We had AJ beat Rosa Mendez with one move.
Yeah.
She just jumped on her and put on the
And it
Black
was
Widow,
really
she tapped
slow,
out.
too.
Yeah.
She didn't get like a good running start. She didn't... Rosa didn't fling her over her shoulder hard enough. And Rosa got some offense in the form of a tongue lashing
Yeah.
because she was yelling at AJ about how she was dumb and that how she wanted to be the Divas champion and how she was going to earn her match by beating her.
And then she tapped out.
Like, that might be like the quickest AJ match ever,
Probably.
besides when Paige beat her with the Paige turner.
Yeah. But, you know, AJ would celebrate. She'd be walking up the ramp. She'd
Okay,
Some
wait,
ramp.
wait. Isn't it weird to push the Divas champion? Like, she's already at the top. Why give her a push?
Well, when you're best friends, you'll do anything for your best friend. Which is why Paige would push AJ off the stage.
And she hit the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was down
Yeah,
there.
that camera was
The
like...
crane cam.
Yeah, it was just like hanging out there, and then like as soon as she landed...
There's a great shot to cut to, though.
Yeah,
Like,
just AJ just laying there, and Paige is like, no, she's okay. There's all these officials like swarming around AJ.
She's
to make
faking it.
She's fine. You guys are overreacting. She's fine. She's leave my best friend alone. AJ, call me when you feel better.
Yeah.
And then she skipped away.
And
I
thought there was nothing that I would enjoy more than AJ skipping around. I do.
It's
Paige skipping around.
It's Paige mocking AJ skipping around.
I don't think that she's mocking AJ.
Yes, she is.
I think she's idolizing AJ.
Oh, swerve!
I think this is becoming Paige's obsession. I think we're seeing the new version of the Mickey James Trish Stratus thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about it in that.
Yeah.
In a less lesbian sense.
Much less lesbian because we can't do lesbian stuff.
Please.
We can get a little kiss between Summer and Layla. That's better. That's where they're leaving the lesbian story.
That's not
They're
fair.
not trying to kill each other.
They need... I don't know if you guys realize this, but I'm pretty, like, socially minded. Like, I'm really into, like, thinking about and talking about gay rights and all that. They need to do the lesbian angle. It's not fair to exclude them, say that's not PG.
To get on the same case, Darren Young had his one big moment post revealing that he was a homosexual when he got his very, very short-lived feud against his ex-partner Titus O'Neil, and where has he been since? Not on TV. I think WWE might be getting a call from Glad soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna counter both points with knowledge here. First off, a WWE lesbian angle doesn't mean love.
No, but to say that lesbians aren't PG is to say that lesbians aren't PG. Even if it's...
Lesbian porn is not PG.
Doesn't
But
have
we're
to
not
be
asking
porn.
for lesbian porn. You can have the obsessed lusting after AJ of Paige, or
You know
anything
how
of that
AJ
name.
did the obsessed lusting after CM Punk and Daniel Bryan and Kane?
She wasn't lusting.
She wanted to... Well,
She wanted to make out with all of them.
yeah.
The closest thing she got to anything racy was around Christmas when she said Dolph Ziggler was the one that stops her stalking.
Okay, but you can still have the obsessed stalker type thing that AJ sort of had with Daniel Bryan, Kane, and CM Punk with Paige and AJ,
I mean, how many?
and not cross the line.
Yeah, how many times can you have AJ come out and make out with a different guy, but then say it's not okay if one diva wants to do it with another diva, not even if they get to do it,
I don't think they're going that far.
They probably won't. But
because it's not PG.
to be inclusive, they need to. And
I'm all
and it
for
can
gay
be-
rights. I
And
just,
it can be done tastefully. That's what I'm arguing.
We're saying more suspense movie, less raunchy WWE
Yeah.
angle.
okay. And to your point, Darren Young is injured actually.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, I found that out.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
Get well soon, Darren Young.
Yeah. Yeah.
We like you. You're the better half of the primetime players who are now
Yeah.
broken up.
Yeah.
Better half of the thing that's no longer two halves, but now separate entities.
Better half of a thing that used to be. A thing.
Anyway, a lot of that's going to get cut.
Probably.
Either way,
I don't know. I might leave it.
But I think it's worth it to be left in.
it's a good point.
It's
Let's get some good gay rights going on in WWE.
Yeah. I think once Darren comes back and he's
Darren's
able,
going to come back and Pat Patterson's going to be his manager.
I'd be okay with that.
And they're going to wear rainbow jackets.
Moving on,
Maybe
we had
not.
a handicap match, which I felt.
There was an Ambrose promo for the handicap match.
There was.
Yeah.
Where I loved the line Ambrose used that Kane better bring 2 masks
Yeah.
because after he was done getting his hands
Rollins
on Rollins'
need the
face,
other
he's
one.
going to need
Yeah, I like that. And And he didn't really say much to follow this point up, but it's why I liked it. Where he said, "I know a thing or two about demons."
Yeah. It was a good promo, and to go on
His
Dean
middle
Ambrose
name
promos.
is Winchester.
Another good thing to go on a side tangent about Dean Ambrose promos and how he still does the cool, gritty, underneath arena looking
Yes.
backstage segments.
Yeah.
I was at a Fred Meyer's, not the one you work at, but
Oh. I
he's the manager. He's the general manager of a Fred Meyer's, which is why he has this giant palatial mansion that we're not filming this at. But I was at a different one. I was at the one out on 82nd.
Okay.
And went to the toy section looking at board games, and I found the Dean Ambrose action
Oh,
figure.
you were telling me about this.
And what I like about it is that the Dean Ambrose action figure came with 2 accessories, a steel chair and the handheld camcorder.
That's awesome. You want to tell everyone what you did with the Dean Ambrose action figures?
Well, I did find this probably will get cut because it's pointless, but Dean Ambrose, there were 3 Dean Ambrose action figures, a Sin Cara, a Brodus Clay, and a Sheamus, and 3 pegs for WWE action figures. So I allotted Sin Cara, Brodus Clay, and Sheamus to each peg, and then covered each one with Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose got a push. Like Kevin Hawk. Yeah,
As well he would.
I like the promo. It wasn't.
It was short and sweet.
Yeah, it wasn't one of the better Dean Ambrose promos. Still a Dean Ambrose promo.
Yeah.
But I felt like this handicap match was out of place. I know it was. I know it was Triple H just trying to torture Dean Ambrose.
Yeah,
But I really don't feel like it needed to be on the show.
Yeah.
Or it needed to be a little bit more legitimate.
Right. That's.
Because we would get a disqualification win for Kane and Rollins because Ambrose would hit Kane with a chair, and he'd continue to hit Kane with the chair.
They did a cool little running chair shove move.
Yeah.
He
it was
looks so
fine.
small when he's fighting Kane.
Yeah.
Well, lots of
Yeah,
people look small with Randy King.
Yeah.
Especially right in this area.
7 foot, 300 pounds of that.
But
That
here's
would
my
look
thing.
small fighting Kane.
This match would have been fine. The disqualification would have been fine on its own. But this match and Bo Dallas versus R-Truth on the same show, ending in disqualification, is what makes it wrong. Both, looking at them on their own, Bo Dallas just attacking R-Truth because he's so frustrated that he lost and not hitting the count, that's fine. Dean Ambrose being like, look, I just want to get my hands on Rollins. I don't care about winning this match.
So I'm going to hit Kane with a chair a lot.
Yeah, that's fine. But both disqualifications on the show, and not even that far from each other.
Yeah, they had like a 5-second Divas match.
Right. Pretty much back to back is what makes it not good.
And is this just because you didn't put a disqualification on SmackDown last week?
Yeah.
Did you miss your disqualification quota?
They didn't realize it, then they watched
Shame
our
on
show.
you. Shame on you, WWE. Shame. The capital, every letter that's in shame.
So yeah, this furthers obviously Dean Ambrose wants to get his hands on Rollins. It'll happen at SummerSlam. We know what's going to happen. It should be interesting to watch. Moving on, we had another Dust to Dust promo. Very, very much like the rest of them, but I liked the new Make It Rain Stardust thing. I thought it was really cool, added to it, and it made like... Okay, first off, there was Stardust spitting all over Goldust. Because I can't even remember what Goldust...
Sometimes you gotta spit on it.
Ew.
That would have been their gimmick in the Attitude.
Yeah. Well, Goldust said something that made Stardust do the hiss thing.
I don't remember what it was, but Stardust gave him a riddle to answer.
Oh, that's right. Which is way too vague for me to remember.
I was gonna try to write it down, but as soon as I realized it was a riddle,
When you start to write down craziness, it just doesn't work.
yeah, it just went by too fast. But yeah, Goldust would get the riddle wrong, then Stardust would hiss, and then boop him on the nose.
And then it would rain Stardust.
Yeah. And
Gotta make it rain.
When are these guys gonna get a headshot?
They're earning their number 1 contendership on promos alone right now.
Yeah. And then Stardust wouldn't tell him the answer. He would just say it's written in the stars. So
And then he does stop.
yeah. So we don't know the answer to the riddle. If you know the answer to the riddle, post it in the comments.
Not a
If you know what the riddle
freaking
is,
clue.
post it.
Yeah.
There was also a Y2J interview.
There was. You want to talk about that?
There's not a whole lot to say. It was just basically, what are your thoughts going into this match? And Jericho was like, well, Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family, they keep attacking me and the odds are against me and I can't overcome those odds 3-on-1, the Wyatt family. So if I beat Eric Rowan, then I will lower those odds and I can beat Bray Wyatt.
Which we would find out that the stipulation added to the main event, which was Eric Rowan versus Chris Jericho, that if Chris Jericho won, Eric Rowan would be banned from ringside at SummerSlam.
I'm feeling a very Cena new Nexus moment coming on here.
Very much so. Up next, let's face it, this rematch was specifically so we could see Layla and Summer Rae in their Matador outfits again.
Yeah.
Which I was okay with.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's
fine. Moving on.
But can that just be the segment instead of a rematch?
Yeah. Diego beat Fandango again.
Yeah.
What?
Fandango's losing?
Up next, okay, and this is something we were talking about earlier, because we were talking about the 2 disqualifications. They had back-to-back distraction wins.
Yeah.
Because, okay, Del Rio Ziggler was a great match.
It was Del Rio and Ziggler.
It was, yeah.
These guys have really good in-ring chemistry.
Yeah,
they have
they
since the
always-
first time I've seen them in the ring.
They always play off each other
Well,
really well.
I get down on Del Rio, but at the end of the day, he can go in the ring.
Yeah, it just
Back it down with Ziggler.
it just depends on who he's in the ring with.
Yeah.
That's just it. Is specific people have chemistry, and Ziggler and Del Rio have great chemistry. But you've got Miz out there on commentary, and you know what's gonna happen because they're doing the Miz Ziggler storyline.
Yeah.
That dog is going to get somebody evicted.
So it was great match until the end. Because it wasn't necessary for Miz to distract Ziggler, and then and then have Ziggler.
The one takeaway that I appreciated about the way this was Miz started to try to distract him at first, and it didn't work.
There was the 2 distractions because it wasn't until he started talking on the microphone.
Yeah.
And they said, want to thank my parents, thank my animals.
Like,
Finishing his acceptance speech.
And he tried that, and Dolph Ziggler was just ignoring it.
Yeah.
He's just like, I know Miz is going to do his thing, whatever. I'm wrestling right now. I don't care if the Miz wants to run his mouth. It wasn't until Miz was like, and I want to thank you, Dolph Ziggler, for losing, that Dolph Ziggler was like, what the fuck? That's not cool.
Yeah.
I'm out here trying to wrestle a match, and you're talking about me losing. That's not fair. That's going to jinx me.
Backstabber.
Oh, damn it.
Backstabber into the cross arm breaker. Del Rio wins. Again, the distraction didn't need to happen, but
It did.
I'm glad we got a good match.
Yeah.
Strong match. Probably
Then-
the strongest match on the card, for sure.
Definitely, yeah. As far as match wise, definitely the show stealer.
Yeah.
Up next, this is just a note. JBL said it. I like that Bray Wyatt calls his fans the Fireflies
Yeah.
because of the whole cell phone bit at the beginning. That's a really creative way to name your fans.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Um.
My next note is specifically for you. Rowan did a spin kick and
Yeah.
shit.
I got that. Spin kicks and shit.
As soon as I saw that, I went, Thomas Wolfe is popping right now. Eric Rowan, who is the least entertaining of the Wyatt family, did a spin kick and
Yeah.
shit.
Looks like Nick Frost with a Highlander beard.
He does.
Rowan is the least entertaining member of the Wyatt family, but not because he's not entertaining.
No.
Here's what
The other two have more personality.
Yeah, Luke Harper, I think, and I think at least Kevin will agree with me. Luke Harper is the best in ring with Wyatt.
Yes.
Absolutely.
100%.
Bray Wyatt is so good on the mic and so good at making his character come to life in his matches.
And then still has a strong wrestling presence as well.
Eric Rowan is the least interesting, but he's still entertaining because it's like watching a bear fight someone.
He is very vicious.
He's albino bear man. With red hair.
He's
Bear on fire.
He's a ginger bear.
Once the
man.
Wyatt family fades, that's going to be his new gimmick.
The ginger bear man. You can't catch him because he's too busy catching you.
Yeah, I love his bear hug thing where he swings the guy from
The bear
side
trap.
to side.
Yeah.
Really good. When he
The bear hug.
Yeah, the
Ginger bear man.
the legitimate bear hug.
I like the Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, the pushing on the
Yeah, the
temples.
The knuckles crusher.
This, he's got some great stuff. I like when they let him get like that final word in promos.
Yeah.
When through the lamb mask he gets to say run, and it sounds really scary because it's all muffled, and you can't. And it's a lamb talking to you. It's fucking weird.
My favorite part about Rowan, and the current gimmick with him and Harper is their tag team entrance.
Yeah,
When they do the bit where they do the whole lights are out everywhere, and they do he's got the whole world in his hands, and when the lights come back on, the camera is right up on Rowan's face.
Yeah,
and
the
then
lamb mask.
and then he turns, and Harper's right behind him with his crazy eyes.
Yeah.
Gold.
Yeah, the Wyatt family is
Put
great.
them in a horror movie.
This match I felt lacked a lot, and I
don't know. I liked the match. I want to call bullshit on one thing though.
Uh-oh.
The referee sent Luke Harper back because he heard the interference. When the fuck has a referee heard something go on behind their back?
Referees don't hear steel chairs whacking really hard.
But Luke Harper pulls Jericho's leg, he falls, and the ref is like, "Oh, I heard that. Go back."
I loved Luke Harper just like we just walked super glazed eyes just around the ring and then looked at the referee. The referee kicked him out and he looked over at Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's just like, just go. Just get to the back.
Yeah, I mean, the match was good. I enjoyed the match.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I get what you're saying, where the match kind of lacked. And I think it comes with Rowan being the least experienced member of the Wyatt family, and Jericho
slowing down.
Jericho's age slowing him down. Not saying that he's not good anymore.
He's hit his RVD moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this moment where, not as good as you once were, but you'll be able to pull off a match every now and again like you were in your prime.
Yeah. This just wasn't Jericho on his A game.
Yeah.
He obviously hadn't worked Rowan before. So
that's another thing.
It was a new situation. But I mean it was a strong match. I don't think it should have been the main event. Granted, it's got the most merit out of all the matches.
That would have been my thing. I would have agreed, but what other match would have been main event over it on this SmackDown?
Unfortunately, the only other one that probably would have been the main event would be Kane and Rollins versus Ambrose.
Yeah, and then SmackDown would have ended in a disqualification.
But Jericho would defeat Eric Rowan. So Eric Rowan will not be in Bray Wyatt's corner at SummerSlam.
And I'm pretty sure everyone can see this coming from a mile away, but I'm feeling like we're going to get Jericho versus Harper with the same stipulation sometime this upcoming week.
Now, we were talking about this.
And then Jericho versus Bray Wyatt, and if Bray Wyatt loses, he's barred from ringside for his match against Jericho.
And he just gets counted out. Here's something. We were talking earlier, just throwing out ideas for the... There's been talks of bringing in a new Wyatt family member.
Wyatt member family.
That was my dyslexia, I'm sorry.
A new Wyatt member woman.
So...
Dyslexics, untie.
Wouldn't it be interesting if he gets Harper and Rowan barred from ringside, but then a new Wyatt member debuts at SummerSlam?
Yeah?
I think I like where you're going with this.
Granted, no idea who it could be. Maybe they're setting up for someone...
It's the Ascension.
Oh my
God.
If the Ascension joined the what? Oh!
They have to grow beards though.
That'd be like like the acolytes joining the ministry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the legit. Yeah, you've already got Undertaker, you've got Mideon, and you've got Viscera, and then you add in these two heavy-hitting badasses. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I would not want to fuck with that team at all.
I know, and there's a lot of ways you could go with this because there are a lot of established roster members who maybe aren't doing something important enough.
Very
they
true.
could be repackaged. There's a lot of NXT guys who could be brought up.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of people who could fit the bill from NXT moving up into a Wyatt family situation. Like I said, the Ascension. I think Bull Dempsey would be a good fit.
Yeah.
With the Wyatts, he's a very much more. To me, I get the look of a Bray Wyatt with a much more straightforward attitude.
Yeah.
Out of Bull Dempsey, and a lot of other people and you can think this would be the perfect moment for WWE to surprise us.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good talent that if you align them with the Wyatt family and are able to come up with some sort of a good reason why, we could go with it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, not to break down the fourth wall, Bo Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Or someone who, besides for other reasons they haven't had a lot of TV time recently, Emma. What if there is a female member of the Wyatt family?
If there is a female member of the Wyatt family, do not try to say she's Sister Abigail. Bray Wyatt already said she's dead. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that.
And then he'd have to change the name of his finisher to that chick over there.
That chick over
We
there
already
is
have
kiss.
an established who Sister Abigail is to Bray Wyatt. We don't need to see her.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Unless there's an old tiny picture.
Yeah.
I don't look at her.
But that is it for our SmackDown rundown. We are.